songs we just sang. The first one, Son of One, is a gathering song, asks the people to stand up. And that's one of our oldest songs. Those are songs from black senators and stuff. The second one that we sang, Aku Met Shemawish, Tipa Shemawish, wishing health and tranquility on this place and all these people here. And then that's the third song that we sang, Kutiho La Lishao, I see the sun. So it's a sun song. We ask the sun and the mystery behind the sun to bless this place and burn away anything negative and give life to all things positive. Something to keep in mind as you're praying here, being blessed with this sacred smoke. And then this next song that we're going to sing, we're singing Channel Islands University. We'll sing the Rainbow Bridge song that talks about coming from our islands to this place here. Because Oxnard and Ventura, a lot of people just think of Santa Barbara as Chumash territory or San Ynez as Chumash territory. But all along this coastline, inland from this place, is all Chumash territory. My family specifically is from this area, Ventura and Oxnard. We sing this Rainbow Bridge song, and we ask you guys to pray for us. We need it. Pray for yourselves. Pray for this place. And then if you can, send a prayer up north to all those people fighting that good fight up there, too.
What a beautiful day today. These songs and these prayers for everyone. These songs and the prayers are for the lives that were before here in this area. These prayers and songs are for your family and your friends, and to give them strength, give them health. That's why the song we started with stand up, as well as Tipa Chimawish, which means health and tranquility. These two people here in the center, I'm going to ask the different people to speak, are wise individuals. Prayer is not just about one individual. Prayer is about our community, about our elders, and about who we are. Indigenous people from this turtle island of ours. Look around you. Look at your home. We survived the atrocities and the genocide and the Holocaust and the terror and the abuses. But we survived. We are survivors and we are resistors. And our culture is a reflection of that. Whether you hand it down by the elders or if you learn along the way. People's social justice are the carriers of that message of protecting and respecting the land. When you look around, look at your ancestors in back of you. For 10,000, 20,000, 30,000, 40,000, 50,000 years ago, the indigenous people were here long before America was America. Long before the buildings ever existed. Long before this so-called knowledge was imposed on us, we had our own knowledge that was born here and that came from Europe, Africa, and Asia. In the Pacific, Micronesia, and Polynesia, that came to us later on. And we're still learning. We should be proud of who we are. Because we are survivors from this major issue of genocide. I don't use the term lightly, but we're celebration today. We're alive, we're breathing, we go up in the morning and said our prayers to creation about let's live another day. Like they said, it's good to be indigenous. Now more than ever. Before it wasn't so popular. Even here, many lives were lost. And throughout California, throughout the United States, because it's not just Standing Rock, which is important, it's all the rocks, it's all the rivers, it's all the waters, it's all the mountains, it's all the valleys, it's all the coast, it's everything that we have relationship with. I'm going to introduce two important people, and will bring his others individual from the circle here. You all are important. Every single one of you are important. There's no less or more important people within this circle. We have our different responsibilities, that's true. But each one of you, young persons, middle-aged persons, and old people, we have a responsibility. I'm going to introduce you to a gentleman that's very important in my life, very important in Chumash Nation, and very important with the state of California, and even internationally as he travels. His family is well respected with the San Ynez and other areas of the state of California. And I'll bring him in the middle of the circle so he share some of his wisdom to us and to young people. Mr. Reggie Pagolin, the senior captain, one of the senior captains of the Tomol. I'm proud to say that he also is part of the dark poolers that pooled in the dark of the Tomol, that risk his life and limb so our communities could be proud of who we are. And also, he's one of the good singers, along with the rest of us. You share our culture and some of these ancient songs that are resurfacing. They are reawakening. Mr. Reggie Pagolin.
Kind of hard to follow Marcus sometimes. I don't know if it's wisdom or luck to go ahead and get to this age, but I guess it's important to kind of look at some things that you're very fortunate to have. Thought about this last night, several of the things that try to make sure every day is important. And realized I grew up with finding out what the internet was, what a smartphone is, what a cell phone is. A cell phone you can put in your pocket rather than carry a box to go into it. You guys probably wouldn't know that, but you saw an old movie that had to do with World War II, and you saw the types of cell phones they had. They were radio phones. Why is all this important? I guess it comes back to looking at each portion of life that is so valuable to us. I lost mine with my mom and dad, part of it, very valuable key to me. And I think that's something that you have to remember. I know I was there with Chomio when we had to send his dad off. Things that we do. Probably some of the things that are probably real important that are my foundation. I keep coming back to that when I start to get lost. When I look for a moment that my mom or my dad said to me, kind of straighten your act up. I'm going to be candid, straighten your ass up. Get it taken care of. Get on the road that makes you happy, that makes everybody else quite worthwhile. Well, Marcus said I deal with the state. I'm a heritage commissioner on the state of California. And I looked at that as something else besides just protecting graves, sacred sites, in very special places, and people's rights. I looked at it as an opportunity to really talk about what we are as people. And I looked in the audience as well, I was coming up, and I noticed beads. And I noticed on the tables out there little baskets, some of you carry with many designs. Why is that important to me, and why does it relate back to both the culture, my family, and where we are as people? You know, you're all here at a university learning something, English, math, science, social studies. And I realize that at some point, really at some point as Indigenous people, we are all in those core things. From the basic part of a boat, which I captain and build just with the basic measurement, to actually look in the basics of mathematics, to talk about water displacement of a boat that's 30 feet long, 2,000 pounds going through the water. That's advanced mathematics. When I I look at the beadwork in the baskets, you have to think of the mathematician that's in that woman's or man's head that has to realize how many beads are there to get to that point. How many times you have to loop that cordage. We're all great mathematicians and scientists. We just got put in an area where they said we're something else. We are indigenous people. We are children of the church. Now, I've got no disrespect for religion, but I think religion belongs in its right place. I also think education belongs in its right place. I also think it's invaluable to realize, as we look at other groups, Black Lives Matter is an example, what they've done for History Month, how we can do that ourselves for Native American Month, how we need to do that for Hispanic people, are we doing that now for women, all the contributions being given. When you really look at the basics of it, when you really look at some of the things that, when you look at people who go out for adventures in life, you look at these different places on different islands and actually get down to the native peoples, you actually find out they do something called ethnobotany research. And would you know that it was somebody that discovered the basics of doing research on islands with native peoples, that they came out with the basics for the roots, the cure, not the cure, for the maintenance, because there's not a cure, for AIDS. It was from basics tried ethnobotany that was done by native people. It came from us, our roots, our people, your grandparents, your great-grandparents. When they learned about medicine, damn, that's science. So as a passion, I'm very proud of what I am. But what I'd like to do is inspire you to realize you have so much more to give. When my daughter just graduated from Cal State Long Beach this last year, in communications, she graduated with honors. I was very proud of her. She got married 2 weeks ago. I said, well, don't let that stop you. Go on and succeed. Go on and find a place in your life that means equality for everybody. You know, you're all most of you are all young. I won't point out and look at those that aren't. But it's very humbling at times to be around not only young people, but to be around some of the